Alex was a dedicated professional, pouring every ounce of energy into his work, dreaming of one day owning a cozy little house filled with warmth and laughter. He had always been responsible with his finances, meticulously saving for the future he envisioned. Mia entered his life. Everything shifted unexpectedly. First, Mia was charming and captivating, her laughter lighting up Alex's world. Heard countless romantic moments that intertwined their lives. He seemed perfect a partner who supported him and shared his dreams. Yet slowly, subtle changes began to creep into their relationship around money. And suggested lavish spending sprees, dinners at upscale restaurants, and shopping trips filled with expensive clothes she claimed would look stunning on her. Each time Alex glanced at their budget, unease bubbled within him. This wasn't just casual indulgence anymore. He raised concerns about their spending habits or proposed savings plans for their future home. Mia dismissed them effortlessly. "I've got this," she'd say confidently. "Just let me manage our finances. I know what I'm doing." Oh, her possessive grip on the shared accounts made Alex uneasy. Love made it hard for him to question her intentions. Days turned into weeks as financial strain subtly wove its way through their lives like an unwelcome guest at a dinner party. Unexplained withdrawals from their joint account started small, but grew alarmingly over time. Every time Alex confronted her about it, Mia soothed him with reassurances that it was merely cash flow issues, a temporary setback in their blossoming life together. "Don't worry so much," she would smile dismissively, brushing off his concerns as if they were mere annoyances. "I'll handle everything." Yet how could he ignore the feeling gnawing inside? A growing sense of dread tugged at him each time he looked over bank statements littered with discrepancies too troubling to overlook. Stuck in confusion, love blinding him while anxiety lingered like dark clouds overhead, he recalled those early days filled with laughter before doubt crept in like shadows in the night. He lay awake one night staring at the ceiling above him. A single thought echoed relentlessly. Something was very wrong beneath the surface of this seemingly perfect relationship. Thus began Alex's tumultuous journey toward uncovering hidden truths behind Mia's facade, the struggles ahead, propelling him forward into uncertain waters where revelation awaited just beyond sight. A final straw came when Alex planned a surprise romantic getaway, only to discover that nearly all their savings had vanished without explanation. Confronting Mia about the missing funds led to an explosive confrontation. She became defensive and accused him of being controlling over money. "You don't trust me?" she yelled as tears streamed down her face, manipulating guilt back onto Alex and gaslighting him into questioning himself once again. This emotional breakdown forced Alex to confront the extent of betrayal he faced, while feeling isolated from friends and family due to Mia's manipulation. However, during one particularly distressing moment, after Sarah noticed how distraught he had become, she urged him to take a closer look at his bank statements. With newfound determination coursing through his veins, Alex resolved to reclaim control over his life by getting answers about what had happened to his hard-earned money. Meticulously gathering evidence against Mia became Alex's mission, as he reviewed bank statements and documented unauthorized transactions made through an app she misused from their joint account. Detective Harris assisted after learning about fraudulent activities stemming from those accounts, while advising on potential legal actions regarding theft or fraud against his partner. Finally mustering courage for an explosive confrontation between them, brought forth undeniable proof of her betrayal. Her face dropped as realization washed over her that the scheme was exposed for good this time. Law enforcement got involved following these revelations. Serious consequences loomed ahead for Mia, and rightly so. Justice unfolded swiftly as law enforcement took action against Mia for theft. Snippets from court proceedings revealed her manipulative tactics unraveling in front of everyone present. A sting of betrayal mixed with relief surged through Alex as he watched someone who once held such power over him finally reap what she sowed. Post-recovery illustrated how deeply this experience impacted Alex's life, surrounded by support from Sarah, alongside newfound independence, freed from toxic influence, allowed growth unlike anything before now, rebuilding trust within himself. Regarding finances emerged steadily. A journey composed entirely out of resilience sprouted through adversity, transformed past pains into lessons learned along each step forward taken anew, reflecting on moments spent investing. Based on advice received during counseling sessions, post-trauma strengthened foundations built atop self-worth discovered along pathways forged throughout recovery where freedom reigned supreme. Never again would anyone take advantage. Not underestimating inner strength born amid trial became crucially important moving ahead. Through it all stood transformed the man reborn stronger than ever, vowing never again allowing love or naivety cloud judgment, leaving it only for honest connections built solidly upon mutual respect, knowing justice will prevail, ultimately serving truth unwaveringly beyond imagination. Title: Partner drained my bank. I took control and got her back. Chapter 1. Introduction. As struggles, Alex was a hardworking individual with dreams of saving for a house. He had always valued financial stability and honesty in relationships, which made his connection with Mia all the more intriguing at first. He seemed perfect, charming, and supportive, yet there were subtle signs of possessiveness that began to surface, especially when it came to money. Their relationship progressed. Mia encouraged lavish spending on her whims while brushing off Alex's concerns about budgeting. "Don't worry about it," she would say, insisting she could manage their finances better. "I'll handle everything." But as time went on, unexplained withdrawals started appearing from their joint account. Each time Alex raised an eyebrow, Mia reassured him it was just temporary cash flow issues, nothing to fret over. Despite his growing unease, love clouded Alex's judgment. He ignored the warning signs. Chapter 2. The final straw. The breaking point came when Alex planned a surprise romantic getaway for them. With excitement bubbling inside him, he logged into their bank account to finalize arrangements, only to find their savings nearly emptied without explanation. Heart pounding in disbelief, he confronted Mia that evening after she returned home from work. "Mia, where did our money go?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady despite the storm brewing inside him. Her reaction was immediate and defensive. "What do you mean? I told you it was just a cash flow issue. You're being unreasonable," she snapped back. "It's not just a cash flow issue. We've lost almost everything." His voice trembled with frustration. Mia leaned in closer, her expression shifted from sweetness to hostility. "Acting like you're in control of all this money stuff. Maybe if you trusted me more." As they argued, Alex felt the weight of isolation pressing down on him. Mia's manipulation had alienated him from friends and family who might have offered support or perspective. After an emotionally charged confrontation filled with accusations and gaslighting, Alex retreated to their bedroom feeling defeated and helpless. Ears welled up as he realized how deeply Mia had manipulated him. His love had blinded him to her true nature until now. Days passed in confusion until Sarah noticed his distress during one of their coffee meetups. "You look terrible," she said gently but firmly. "What's going on?" Reluctantly but urgently pouring out his heart, Alex shared everything: the lavish spending habits and the unauthorized withdrawals, and how Mia dismissed his concerns with sweet words that now felt hollow. "Alex," Sarah said softly yet seriously after hearing him out fully, "you need to check your bank statements closely. There could be something really wrong here." That night marked a pivotal moment for Alex, fueled by desperation for answers amidst chaos. He sat down once more with his laptop to scrutinize every transaction made over recent months, with each click revealing another unauthorized withdrawal, attributed to Mia's whims disguised under joint transactions. Anger bubbled within him, a fire igniting against her betrayal. Determined not to let Mia drain what was rightfully his, and realizing this was about far more than finances, Alex vowed to reclaim control over his life again, by gathering evidence against her true nature beneath that deceptive charm. Chapter 3. Revenge. In those quiet hours alone, with only the glow of the screen illuminating his path forward, Alex meticulously gathered evidence against Mia by reviewing bank statements and documenting unauthorized transactions through a shared app that she had misused so effortlessly. He reached out to Detective Harris after learning about fraudulent activities stemming from their joint account. Law enforcement involvement felt like a necessary step toward justice. Consulting with a financial advisor further illuminated potential legal actions regarding theft or fraud against Mia. A plan began forming in Alex's mind as each piece fell into place. The tension escalated during an explosive confrontation between them, where he presented undeniable proof of her betrayal. Her face dropped as realization set in that her scheme was exposed before her very eyes. Authorities soon got involved following this revelation, leading towards serious consequences for Mia's manipulative actions at last brought into light. Chapter 4. Aftermath. As justice unfolded through law enforcement taking action against Mia for theft, snippets from court proceedings revealed how her manipulative tactics unraveled before everyone present, exposing the layers of deceit she'd built around herself over time. Post-recovery life became focused on rebuilding trust, not only within himself, but also toward finances as support flowed in thanks largely due to Sarah, who stood steadfastly beside him throughout this tumultuous journey without toxic influence weighing down any longer upon them both. Moments blossomed where freedom surged through Alex once again making smarter investments based on advice received during counseling sessions post-trauma, while focusing diligently upon gaining strength amid adversity faced previously together, even if alone now moving forward confidently. With newfound independence reflecting resilience gained along every step taken thus far emerged stronger than before facing tomorrow. Boldly vowing never ever again allowing anyone capable enough taking advantage or draining away what belonged solely unto oneself. Title. Partner drained my bank. I took control and got her back. As the reality of Mia's betrayal sank in, Alex felt a surge of anger mixed with determination. He couldn't believe how blind he had been to her manipulations. Days turned into nights as he sat at his desk, poring over countless bank statements, piecing together the puzzle of deceit that Mia had woven around their lives. He documented every unauthorized transaction, each withdrawal linked to Mia's phone number on the shared app they used for managing finances. Each discovery, Alex's resolve strengthened. The emotional turmoil he had endured now fueled his desire for justice. He envisioned the moment when he would confront her with irrefutable evidence. Detective Harris became an unexpected ally during this tumultuous time. After explaining everything that transpired, Alex felt a weight lift off his shoulders. Detective Harris filed a report regarding the fraudulent activities tied to their joint account and outlined potential legal paths for Alex. Fraud is a serious offense, Detective Harris said confidently. Pursue charges against Mia if you choose. The idea of pursuing legal action was daunting yet invigorating. It meant reclaiming power lost during those dark months under Mia's control. Alex wanted not only justice, but also closure, a chance to expose Mia for who she truly was. He prepared for the confrontation with Mia. Alex sought guidance from a financial advisor specializing in cases like his where trust had been shattered by someone once beloved. Together, they strategized how best to present the evidence without revealing too much beforehand. Finally, the day arrived when Alex knew he could no longer delay unveiling the truth. He set up a meeting at their apartment under the pretense of wanting to discuss their future together, the very thing he longed for, before chaos erupted. Entered the room, she wore her usual facade, charming yet slightly anxious as if sensing something heavy lay on his heart. They exchanged pleasantries before shifting into more serious conversation. Mia, Alex began cautiously, we need to talk honestly. Her eyes flickered briefly, a momentary lapse in her confident demeanor, but she quickly masked it with a smile. Of course, honesty is crucial, she replied smoothly. With shaking hands but fierce determination, Alex pulled out meticulously organized documents detailing all her transgressions, every dollar siphoned away from their joint account, laid bare before them. These, he stated firmly, placing them directly in front of her where they lay open like an exposed wound waiting for recognition. You drained our savings while pretending it was nothing. Mia's expression morphed instantly into shock as color drained from her face upon realizing she'd been caught red-handed. Denial clashed against reality while guilt crept into view. That's not what happened, she stammered defensively but faltered under scrutiny as despair replaced bravado, her facade beginning to crumble before his eyes. Alex pressed on relentlessly, as adrenaline surged through him, the culmination of pain morphing into empowerment flooding within him, until even disbelief seemed trivial, faced head-on with undeniable proof gathered methodically over weeks. Bent unraveling lies spun tightly around love once cherished too deeply. You stole from me. His voice cracked slightly but rang true amid oppressive silence surrounding them, their shared memories suffocated beneath layers shrouded. Under dishonesty finally confronted. I trusted you, how could you do this? Tears flowed freely now, a mixture of remorse and fear clouding whatever charm remained beneath layers worn carefully throughout years spent entwined together. Furling back toward real self buried ever deeper behind walls built strong enough to deflect vulnerability recklessly, until this moment demanded reckoning presented unrelentingly. In those tense moments marked by revelation dawning amidst tension-stricken atmosphere electric with raw emotion coursing palpably between them both. Authorities were summoned, a call made previously arranged through Detective Harris ensuring swift intervention, bringing consequences crashing down onto shoulders bearing burdens never deserved, holding tightly, unforgivingly, so long awaited. Chance cultivated steadily manifesting desperately seeking resolution, unfolding silently awaiting signal, finally given permission, fly free towards dawn breaking brighter than darkness left behind. Justice unfolded swiftly as law. Enforcement took action against Mia for theft snippets from court proceedings, revealed her manipulative tactics unraveling in front of everyone present. A sting of betrayal mixed with relief surged through Alex as he watched someone who once held such power over him finally reap what she sowed. Post-recovery illustrated how deeply this experience impacted Alex's life, surrounded by support from Sarah, alongside newfound independence, freed from toxic influence, allowed growth unlike anything before now, rebuilding trust within himself. Regarding finances, emerged steadily, a journey composed entirely out of resilience sprouted through adversity, transformed past pains into lessons learned along each step forward taken anew, reflecting on moments spent investing. Based on advice received during counseling sessions, post-trauma strengthened foundations built atop self-worth discovered along pathways forged throughout recovery where freedom reigned supreme. Never again would anyone take advantage. Not underestimating inner strength born amid trial became crucial moving ahead. Through it all stood transformed the man reborn, stronger than ever, vowing never again allowing love or naivety cloud judgment, leaving room instead only for honest connections built solidly upon mutual respect, knowing justice will prevail, ultimately serving truth unwaveringly beyond imagination. Title: Partner drained my bank. I took control and got her back. Chapter 1. Introduction. A struggles. Alex was a hardworking individual with dreams of owning a cozy house filled with warmth and laughter. Financial stability mattered deeply to him, so when Mia entered his life, he felt hopeful. Charming and supportive at first. However, it wasn't long before her possessive behavior around money began to surface. Mia often suggested lavish spending sprees, expensive dinners, and shopping trips that left Alex uneasy. He raised concerns about their budget, or suggested they save for their future home. She brushed them off dismissively. "Don't worry about it, I'll handle everything," she insisted confidently. Days turned into weeks. Unexplained withdrawals started appearing from their joint account. Each time Alex confronted her about these discrepancies, Mia reassured him it was just temporary cash flow issues, nothing to fret over. Blinded him to the growing dread, lurking beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect relationship. Chapter 2, The Final Straw. The breaking point arrived when Alex planned a surprise romantic getaway for them. Excitedly logging into their bank account to finalize arrangements, his heart sank as he discovered nearly all their savings had vanished without explanation. "Money go?" Alex asked that evening, trying to maintain composure despite the turmoil inside him. Mia's defensiveness was immediate. "What do you mean? It's just a cash flow issue. You're being unreasonable." "It's not just an issue, we've lost almost everything." His voice trembled with frustration. In that heated moment, Mia leaned in closer, confidence shifted into desperation as she tried to manipulate his guilt back onto him. "We're acting like you own all this money stuff. Maybe if you trusted me more." Feeling isolated by her manipulation and realizing the depth of her betrayal overwhelmed Alex. After an emotionally charged confrontation filled with accusations, he retreated to their bedroom feeling defeated. Days turned into confusion until Sarah noticed his distress during coffee meetups. "You look terrible," she said gently but firmly. "What's going on?" Reluctantly sharing everything, the reckless spending habits and unauthorized withdrawals, Alex could see concern etched on Sarah's face as she urged him to check his bank statements closely. With newfound determination surging within him, Alex resolved to reclaim control over his life by uncovering the truth behind Mia's deception. Chapter 3. Revenge. Late nights became dedicated sessions where Alex meticulously gathered evidence against Mia by reviewing bank statements and documenting unauthorized transactions made through a shared app she misused effortlessly. He reached out to Detective Harris after learning about fraudulent activities connected to their joint account. Law enforcement involvement felt necessary now more than ever. Consulting with a financial advisor illuminated potential legal actions regarding theft or fraud against Mia. A plan began forming in Alex's mind as clarity emerged amidst chaos. During an explosive confrontation between them, where undeniable proof of her betrayal surfaced, bank statements flashing across screens, Mia's facade crumbled further as realization set in that her manipulations were exposed at last. Enforcement got involved following these revelations, leading towards serious consequences for Mia's deceitful actions, finally brought into light. Chapter 4. Aftermath. As justice unfolded through court proceedings revealing Mia's true nature, every lie unraveled painfully before witnesses who once admired her facade. It was surreal seeing someone he once loved exposed as nothing more than a redditor masked in affection. The courtroom stood Sarah steadfastly beside him throughout this journey, a constant reminder that he wasn't alone anymore. Their bond deepened as they navigated recovery together, rebuilding not just finances, but emotions too became vital post-trial healing efforts, moving forward confidently. Weeks turned into months focused on regaining control over his life. Again, while meeting regularly with his financial advisor, strategizing smart investments, a far cry from reckless spending fueled previously by Ms. Whims. Despite hard days, intermingled among joyous moments, reflecting upon progress made. Asfar brought forth clarity surrounding self-worth, nurtured along pathways, forged overcoming adversity faced head-on instead hiding behind fear or shame. One evening after particularly enriching counseling revealed growth achieved. Evil began washed over him, a wave signaling readiness for embracing this new chapter, unencumbered by toxic influences ever again. Exploring forgotten hobbies reignited passions, long buried under turmoil, the thrill of painting. Landscapes became an escape fueling creativity, unhindered now, free from judgment, alongside rekindling connections amongst friends, bringing laughter back into life, without ulterior motives attached whatsoever. Standing firm amidst trials. Ace taught valuable lessons, ensuring no one would ever take advantage again. Vows whispered internally transformed promises, forged anew concerning relationships, formed henceforth based solely upon mutual respect rather than toxic ties. Binding tightly experienced previously rendered obsolete forevermore. With each passing day illuminating brighter ahead, lay promising possibilities waiting patiently beneath horizons beckoning exploration, unfettered life expanded. Exponentially transforming scars into symbols representing triumphs, won against daunting obstacles, conquered gracefully honoring strength, rediscovered magnificently proving justice prevails indeed.